This is my current vlog setup, and the image looks great, but it's rather expensive and it's quite big, not very discreet when you're out in public. And this is the brand new DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which could be my new vlogging setup. Even with the extended battery grip on, this thing is smaller than the mini tripod I put my camera on. These tiny cameras are great for carrying everywhere with you, and they're very discreet, so if you're vlogging in public a lot, they're perfect for that. But there's a trade-off, and that's the image quality. They're nowhere near as good as something like what I'm filming on right now. However, the Osmo Pocket 3, okay, it's just turned itself off. The Osmo Pocket 3 has a 1-inch sensor, which means it's going to be loads better in low light. The image quality is going to be so much better. And it also has 10-bit D-Log-M, so you're going to be able to color grade this just the way you want it. So it's quite a big step up for these pocket vlogging cameras. But there's one thing that bothers me about this, which could stop me from using it more often. I'll get into that a little bit later. But I'm interested to see how good this is and if it could become my dedicated vlogging camera. Look at it, look how small it is. So this camera has an f2 lens. It's going to give you a nice depth of field and let plenty of light in. In some cameras, especially action cameras and smaller cameras, you're stuck with a set focus distance, so you're either in focus or you're not. Whereas with this, it's got product showcase mode. In fact, let's do it now. Put the memory card in. So if you hold something up in front of the camera, it's gonna change the focus to focus on that object. And as you can see, in the background, we've got a nice depth of field. The background is gonna be blurry. Let's see how close it'll focus. What's the minimum focus distance? Wow, is that in focus? Pull it back slightly. So as you can see, I'm in the background and I'm blurry. You don't get that on a lot of these smaller cameras, so I'm very impressed. When I move it out of the way, it's gonna snap back and focus on me. That is extremely impressive, and that's what makes this much more professional and make your image quality so much better. Well done, DJI. How small can we go? I'm so impressed. Look at that. Look at the depth of field. Love it. This is D-Log-M mode, and I've got the ND16 filter on. Facing the sun as well, because that's the way to get the best colours and image out of the little mini cameras like this, because if you backlight, it's just not great. The colours in D-Log-M mode look fantastic. As you can see in the shadowy areas, it's a little bit dark, but to be fair, for the size of this camera, I'm still really impressed. Now, if you don't want to mess around with color grading and you want a nice simple workflow, the normal color mode looks absolutely fine. And this is normal color profile this time. I've still got the ND filter on, ND16. And this is what this looks like in comparison to D-Log. So let me know which one you think is best. Obviously, there's a lot less work that you have to do with normal mode because it's all color corrected and color graded for you. This is what normal mode looks like when it's backlit. If you're like me, you like the simplest way of doing things. And with that in mind, if you want to know how I color grade all of my footage, regardless of what camera I use, I've actually included a video workshop within my look pack. And that's going to teach you how to get great looking colors no matter what camera you're using. And yes, that even works on action cameras and mini cameras like the Osmo Pocket 3. It's the same process, nice and simple and straightforward. So visit the link in the description and find out just how easy it is to color grade. My favorite upgrade from the Osmo Pocket 2 has to be the flip screen. Before, the screen was just on the tiny little body like that and you couldn't really see anything. And that's one of the things that put me off buying one of those cameras, as well as the image quality. But we've got a rotatable screen now, which can be used to either switch the camera on and off. That's the way I use it. Super simple and easy to get up and running without pressing and holding buttons. I like that. As you can see, the gimbal folds away nicely. Switch it on. It's on within a second. You can also set it up to switch between horizontal and vertical modes, which I really like. But since I only use the horizontal modes and the 16:9 aspect ratio, I just have it set up in this way. This is the field of view you get with the normal lens on the Osmo Pocket 3, but you can actually get this wide angle lens that you can put on, so it gives you a little bit more of a field of view and a wider angle. So this is without the lens mod, and this is with the lens mod. Take it off. Yeah, definitely notice a difference. At the moment you can just see one spray can, try and stay in the same place. And now I can see all three spray cans. So it does make a difference, yeah. if you're using the ND filter or the wide angle lens mod, you can't use them both at the same time because of the magnets. The gimbal's just like, no, not having it, no, get away from me. That's unfortunate, because if you want to have a wide angle vlogging lens and vlog outside in the sun, you're going to have to stick with the higher shutter speed. Deal breaker? No, but they could have designed it a little bit better, I think, with that in mind. Using ND filters help you have more control over your camera settings. They're going to make sure that you get that nice natural motion blur rather than a stuttery image. But what I noticed with using these was, if you use the ND64, it makes your image a little bit cooler and pinker, and if you go up to ND256, it's actually a little bit warmer and greener. I like that look, but it's important to bear in mind that you are going to get some color shifts when using ND filters depending on the strength. But with it having a D-Log profile in there, you can easily compensate for that and color grade it and make it look the way you want it to look. Or you can just set your white balance after you've put your filters on, and that's going to help. Now, I've got a video explaining all about white balance because it is a bit of a minefield topic, so make sure you check that one out after watching this video, or put it in your up next. When you're out and about vlogging, you're going from different lighting conditions all the time, and you can't control what lighting conditions you're going to get. So at the moment, bright sunshine, and I'm about to step into the shade of a tree. So we're going to look to see how well the auto exposure does and what the image looks like and what the colours are like. I haven't got the ND filter on at the moment because obviously if I put the ND filter on and I'm in the shade, it's going to be way too dark. So I'm letting the shutter speed do the work for me, and then when I step out into the sunshine again, it's going to expose for me. Might be worth noting as well that I've got my exposure EV meter set to minus 0.7, because when it's at 0, it's a little bit too bright and my face is a little bit too overexposed, so I like it at minus 0.7. Plus the colours are a little bit nicer when it's slightly underexposed as well. I prefer it. It's got fast charging. You can actually get from 0 to 80% in 16 minutes and 0 to 100% in around half an hour. But if you get the creator combo, you get a couple of different battery options. So you can swap these out. We've got a large one that I'm using here, or a small one. So if you are running low on battery, you can just grab one of these, pop it straight on, and you've got extra battery. And you can also check the battery life on each of these grips as well as the unit itself. I love knowing how much battery I've got left. I'm just going to do a super quick low light test, because every time I get somewhere that I want to be, people show up. So I'm just going to do it real quick. In here. Here I go. It's alright. It looks like there's light coming in, but it's not. It's dark in here. The menu system and the user interface is really easy to use. There's a lot of stuff on this little camera, so it's going to take a day or two to get used to where everything is. But like everything DJI, it's really intuitive. You can get to things easily. You can save your own custom modes, so everything's set up within those modes and you can switch between them nice and quickly. You can program this joystick to either zoom in and out or tilt the camera. You can choose your gimbal modes really quickly, and all the main things that you need to change is set up on the screen for you. So if I want to go from selfie mode to normal mode, I just press that button there and the gimbal is going to spin round. Do it again and it spins back. So even if you're a beginner and this is your first camera, nothing's going to stand in the way of recording. They've just done it really well, as always. Another feature this has is active track 6. So we can choose a subject to track by double tapping the screen, and then that's going to select our subject. I've got a green box around my face at the moment. Wherever I move, the gimbal is going to follow me. And this is perfect if you do a lot of filming alone and you want some more dynamic shots, because it's going to look like someone's filming you and following you with the camera. So it's a really cool little feature. This is what the audio sounds like coming straight from the Osmo Pocket 3. Currently I've got it set up to capture audio from multiple directions because there's more than one microphone on this. One at the front, one on the back, and then one at either side. You can also have it set to just the front, or front and the back, I think. But what DJI have done is they've included a DJI Wireless Mic 2 transmitter. So you can actually get better sounding audio with this little device at the same time. And I'm going to switch that on now to show you what that sounds like. Ah, there we go. It's connected now. When it connects, it tells you how much battery is remaining on the transmitter. And what's cool is it gives you this little gain monitor so you can see how loud or quiet the audio is. This is what this sounds like. I'm holding it up now, obviously, as you can see, to get a nice direct signal. But it's got this little included case thing that you can put on, and then you can just simply clip the transmitter into the side of that, and then you can go completely hands-free. So now I've got good sounding audio, well-positioned microphone, all on a small, lightweight, compact setup. Right, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything. I just like to share products and things that are going to help people make more videos and make the process of making videos easier, because it's not easy. Whatever it is, if you're getting a drone or an action cam or the Osmo Pocket 3, I highly recommend going for the Creator Combo version, because when you buy a camera, you buy the camera, it's expensive as it is, then you got to think, okay, I need a microphone, maybe I need wireless microphones, I need a tripod for it, maybe I need a mini tripod for it, then a bag, memory cards, etc. And it all adds up very quickly. It's just extra things to think about. You get the Creator Combo, it comes with everything you'd ever need, and they've thought about everything, and I'm so impressed. DJI even make the black Pro Mist filters to go with the Osmo Pocket 3. So if you pop that on, just like you would with the ND filters, you'll see that you get that nice bloomy effect over the highlights. Let me move so you can see. See that? It's nice and misty now. I'll just hover that in front. You can see it's nice and misty. And it gives you that kind of film look that everybody's after. I feel so much better using this little camera when vlogging in public, because it's just it's a lot more discreet. I'm going to actually be vlogging a little bit more because I don't mind so much with this. Whereas when I've got a bigger camera, people are staring, I don't like it. Probably also got a sausage sandwich in my teeth, which might not look great. Also, don't be fooled by the blue sky. It's absolutely freezing cold. There's only two things that bother me about this little camera. I'm super impressed by it, by the way. I love this thing. I didn't think it was going to be this good. The first thing is, when you haven't got the battery grip on, it's so small, you've got to kind of hold it around the screen, so it can be a little bit fiddly to hold. And if you've got this little case on with your microphone, sometimes I've noticed me pushing the microphone out like this. I'll show you. It goes in there like that. But if you've got your hand wrapped around it and your finger pushes it, you can see it getting further and further out, and that could drop out by accident. So it's not very secure in there. As you can see, it wouldn't slip out, but if your hand is pushing it, it could come out. So you've got to be careful. That's why I like to have the extended battery grip on, because then I can hold it further down and it's out of the way of that microphone. And then the other thing is getting the memory card out. You have to have long nails, and I don't. I have to fiddle around getting that memory card out. Those are tiny little issues that I just wanted to address, because maybe we could see more ergonomic design for the grip in the future, maybe just a shallower port for the SD cards so we can get that out easier. I suppose it's safer that we don't do it by accident and memory cards aren't popping out all over the place. I think that more people are going to start using cameras like this for two reasons. One, the quality is getting better, and two, they're more affordable. Who wants to spend £3,000 on a mirrorless camera to vlog with? What more could you need? I think this is the way forward for vlogging, especially. If this image quality gets better and better with each rendition, I'll be upgrading every single time, because it's so much easier going out with this than it is my main big camera. Just quickly, I've got something very special coming soon, maybe next month, and then going forward. It's a series of live workshops that you can get involved with on different topics. So it's going to be videography and filmmaking, and also YouTube strategy as well. So if you want more updates, make sure you turn on the notifications bell on YouTube, because I'm going to be posting on the community wall, and make sure you follow me on Instagram as well, because I'm going to be doing a lot of posts on there talking about what's coming up. And I don't want you to miss anything, because it's going to be loads of fun. I'm going to interact with you more often, and it's going to really help you with your videography. So don't forget to check out the look pack and the workshop in the description below. And in the meantime, if you want to know how I set my white balance, check this video out here. Or if you want to know about the Action 4, there's a video here, and I will see you in the next one.